Welcome to the YouTube channel of Snelata Shrivastava, XSG Lok Sabha. After the arrangements regarding oath are completed, then before oath taking commences, the House will be called upon by the chair to stand in prayerful silence for a short while. For this purpose, an announcement will be prepared and kept in chamber sets with the approval of table office. Then the speaker pro tem sign the roll of members before other members. The roll of members will be kept before the speaker pro tem by the officer of the table as soon as he or she takes the chair and before any other proceeding commence. So it's not that the register is kept before the pro tem speaker, but it is on the table, and after the member takes the oath or affirmation, they go and sign the register. Announcement by Speaker Pro Tem regarding calling of names of members by Secretary General. Thereafter, the Speaker Pro Tem will make an announcement that the Secretary General will call the names of members one by one for making oath or affirmation. A member whose name has not been called or who was absent when his or her name was called would be allowed to take oath after all the names in the list have been called. So when the in the list the name comes, the member must just to be to convenient to him or her should be present. So if he is not present, then after all the names in the list have been called, then he would be allowed to take oath. The chair will announce that all efforts will be made by the Secretary General to call the names of members correctly, but if there is any mistake, no objection should be taken by members concerned. Secretary General will use the microphone placed before him or her for calling out the names of the members. He or she will first call the names of ministers one by one, as mentioned in part 1 of the list. So after the ministers and the members of the panel of chairpersons, if appointed, have taken oath, the names of the other members will be called by him or her as entered in part 2 of the list. As soon as the first member called by Secretary General is about to read the oath card, Secretary General will call the name of the next member in the list so that time may be saved, and by the time the first member has read the card, the next member may be ready to start with this process. The other course can be that Secretary General may call the names of 3 or 4 members at a time, and after they have taken oath, Secretary General may call the next batch of names just to save time. When I did it one by one and not in the batch 3-4 names, and then on the name name of a member being called by the Secretary General, the member will proceed from the place he or she is occupying to the right side of the Secretary General's table and hand over to the officer at the table his or her certificate of election, then a copy of the form of oath or affirmation, as the case may be, in the language indicated by him or will be handed over to the member. The member will face the chair while making the oath or affirmation and then move up to and shake hands with or wish the chair, who will grant him or her permission to take his or her seat in the House. The member will then pass behind the chair to the other side of the table, where the member will sign the roll of members. After signing the roll, he or she will take his or her seat. An officer at the table will assist members to sign the roll of the members. When I did it, I changed the procedure slightly, that after the taking oath and affirmation, the member has to sign immediately. Otherwise, after wishing the chair and going to the other side, the member generally used to forget to sign the register. So we thought when he or she is taking oath, at that time only we get his or her signature. So that became slightly less time consuming, as one has to complete the process within the time limit. Thank you.